This is the first student-led live broadcast in the nation, bringing you the best stories and sports since 1970. We are CHS Today.
Good morning, Spartan Nation, and welcome to today's newscast. I'm Bella.
And I'm Jay.
And now it's time for CHS Today. In world news, 5 Italians have died in a scuba diving accident in the Maldives. Italy's foreign ministry said on Thursday, with security forces in the Indian Ocean archipelago recovering one body. The divers are believed to have died while attempting to explore caves at a depth of 50 meters. The University of Genoa said the victims included a marine biologist professor, her daughter, and 2 young researchers. The school identified them as Monica Montefalcone, Giorgio Samacal, Muriel Adanino, and Federico Gualtieri. They failed to return from a deep cave diving trip in Veevu Atoll, south of the capital. Male police said the weather was rough in Veevu Atoll on Thursday, and there was a yellow warning for passenger boats and fishermen.
National news for today is the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has expanded its monitoring to over 41 individuals across the United States following a rare hantavirus outbreak linked to a luxury cruise ship in the Atlantic Ocean. The multi-country cluster originally identified on the MV Hondius has been confirmed as the Andes virus strain, which health officials note is unique for its stability to spread via person-to-person transmission. While a small group of returning American passengers was initially isolated at the National Quarantine Center in Omaha, Nebraska, federal epidemiologists are now tracking dozens of other travelers across multiple states who may have been exposed on subsequent airline flights.
The seniors are all gone today. Let's take a look at what we will miss about them next year.
Since this is the last week of school, what are you going to miss most about the seniors?
I'm going to miss the really lively discussions and the viewpoint and perspectives that they bring to class.
All right, Miss Day, what are you going to miss most about the seniors since it's the last week of school?
A lot, honestly. I feel like I connect with a lot of them and get along with them so well that it's weird. It's weird any year that seniors leave and not seeing them in the hall, but this year we're taking several, like 17 of them to Europe, so like it'll be weird to just not see some of these kids I've talked to for years.
All right, Mr. D, what are you going to miss most about the seniors after this week since this is the last week of school?
Just seeing them. They're one of the closest groups I've ever seen, and they're all highly intelligent and all great people. Both the gentlemen and the young ladies, outstanding.
So, Evan, since this is the last week of school, what are you going to miss most about the seniors?
I've known a lot of the seniors since they were super small, and so just being able to see them hanging out with my little brother Gage. Honestly, their personalities are pretty fun to hang around, and so it'll be weird not being here without them.
We'll miss you, seniors.
All graduating students and students not returning to CHS will need to return their Chromebooks and library books to Mrs. Yeasting in the Media Center next week. They can be turned in between May 18th and May 22nd, and once they're turned in, you will not be able to get them back. Wait until you are done using them before you bring them to the Media Center. They need to be turned in before you leave school on Friday, May 22nd, 2026. If anything is lost or damaged, you will also need to bring a check or cash. We do not accept credit or debit cards to cover the replacement cost. The costs are as following. No Chromebook at all, $300. Charger, $35. Case, $28. Cracked screen, $110 unless you purchased school insurance.
Don't forget the junior class will be hosting a pickleball tournament. The tournament will be Sunday, May 24th at 1 p.m. at Roberts Park. Secure your spot today. The cost for a team of 2 is $40. Teams will be responsible for their own equipment. To register, text code CHS 2027 to 234-324-3332. If you have any questions, please talk to Mrs. Houston.
All library books are due to the Media Center this week. if you still have a library book, you must return it as soon as possible. If you would like to check out some books for the summer, you may come in next week to do so. There are also free shelves of withdrawn books that all students are allowed to take. Please make sure to get your library list completed before school lets out next week.
On this day in 1928, Mickey Mouse made his silent film debut in the short Plane Crazy during a test screening in Hollywood. Inspired by Charles Lindbergh's recent transatlantic flight, the plot followed Mickey's comedic and unsuccessful attempt to build and fly his own airplane. Despite the character's later fame, the film initially failed to find a distributor because sound was rapidly becoming the new standard for cinema. It was only after the success of Steamboat Willie that this original short was synchronized with sound and officially released to the public.
Lunch for Monday is a macaroni and chicken casserole served with mashed potatoes. Other options will include a spicy chicken sandwich with waffle fries or a classic cheese pizza.
Yo, Coop Rizzy, what's the weather?
Oh, what's up? 7 p.m. it's going to be 67 degrees. At 10 p.m. it's going to be 61 degrees and a little dark. At 7 a.m. it's going to be 60 degrees. Now on to the 3-day. Saturday it's going to be mad stormy with a high of 75 and a low 61. Sunday and Monday, shoo, it's going to be hot. It's going to be a high 85. And then Monday is going to be a high 88. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Coop Rizzy.
Now on to Wyatt for our sports.
Thanks, guys. Last night, the softball team beat South Dearborn 5-3. Taylor Selby pitched a complete game for the ladies, striking out 8. At the plate, Sydney Landhart went 2 for 3. Courtney Carpenter went 2 for 3. Ariana Escobar went 2 for 3. With 2 RBIs, Maggie Spurlock went 1 for 2. The ladies collected 9 hits at the end of the night. This improves their record to 12-5 overall and 9-1 in conference. The ladies are next in action tomorrow morning at home, starting at 10 a.m. Last night, varsity baseball defeated South Dearborn 6-1. The team had a total of 10 hits and 6 RBIs. Gavin Brandon was 3 for 4. Noah Patterson was 2 for 3. Parker Flanagan went 2 for 3. And Jay McMullen, Evan Miller, and Cooper Griselle all had a hit. The Spartans are now 13-10 overall and 7-5 in conference. They are next in action against Newcastle tonight. Cross-country summer conditioning will start Wednesday, June 17th at Roberts Park. Please reach out to Coach Gibbs at CMS for questions. Sports action for today is varsity tennis at Waldron at 5, JV baseball at home at 5:30, varsity baseball at Newcastle at 6. Sports action for tomorrow, it's varsity softball hosts the Spartan Rumble tournament starting at 10 a.m. JV track competes in the EIAC conference meet, and boys golf plays in their EIAC match. That's all for sports. Now back to the desk for birthdays.
Thanks, Wyatt. Birthdays for today are Brian Geis and Carly Stout.
Birthdays for the weekend are Dylan Lee and Lexi Kavitz.
Happy birthday. I'm Bella.
I'm Jay.
I'm Cooper.
And I'm Wyatt.
And that's all for CHS Today.